Hi, Peter.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can I have your attention, please? Can I have your attention, please? Thank you very much. Welcome to this first point of nations on the conference in Cyprus. One rule of the game, please turn off or your phones. Thank you very much. I will give the floor to and then we'll take questions. I will start with Mr. Jeffrey Kaufman, the Secretary General and representative of the UN Secretary for the conference in Cyprus.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here today. I'm delighted to be here with Secretary General Havadis. Secretary General asked me to come out in her session today for the opening. He will arrive and talk later this week. And he asked me to pass on a message to the security and to the Air Corps that they should seize this opportunity. This is an historic opportunity to solve a problem. Secretary General last yesterday on June 4th in New York to prepare for this conference. It was at that meeting when the two leaders agreed to reconvene the conference on Cyprus. And what we heard this morning gave us the hope and the conviction that the guarantors have come to this conference with the nation to overcome the challenges involved here. I think at this point I would ask Special Advisor to add his word.
Thank you, Secretary General. I want to reiterate that we feel that we had a good opening session with everybody, with the guarantors, with the two sides, and with the European observer. Mr. Franz Timmermans, the Commission joined us this morning. We have a constructive and good start, where we started to address the critical issues that will be the focus of Table 1, which is the security guarantees question, which pertains to all participants of the conference. And then in half an hour, the second table will start its work. The first two negotiators will have a planning session, how to structure that second table, which will be on the bilateral issues that are still pending. Because, as you know, the statement of the Secretary General after the meeting with the two leaders on the 4th of June made very clear that while security and guarantees is now a particularly essential question, there are outstanding issues in those other chapters as well, and we need to have a process that is interdependent, and nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. So these two tracks will happen in parallel, and that second track will start today and continue. And in principle, these two tracks will be completely active. There may be more emphasis on one and less emphasis on the other and the other way around, but in principle, they will remain open, and this is the way we found a way to deal with everything, because all participants yesterday and today made it clear that they came here to Crown Montana to try to solve the problem. That's the problem. So this is the way it's structured, and as I said, it's hard work. And we say we are aware of that we have a setup for having larger meetings, smaller meetings, bilateral meetings, meetings in small groups, leaders and ministers only, and we will do what is possible to facilitate. But at the end of the day, of course, it's a responsibility of the conference participants to think outside the box, to try out some new ideas, so that we finally can go down from this beautiful Swiss mountain with a plan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hayden. You know, Mr. Hayden, Special Advisor of the Secretary on Cyprus. Question, I would like to introduce yourself first.
Gazetesi from the television. This is I come back again and today one of you should be the character change the modality and you are going to use it.
We had that in the program, and then we just agreed that we will do it in 3 separate sessions because we heard interesting things that this morning that continue to develop for the afternoon session. And this is the way it goes. This once you start such a conference, you use the fact that everybody is together in the most effective way, and we jointly agree that this will be the most effective way.
News agency, just wondering how can you see the fact that VK, one of the 3 quarters, just said that the 2 representatives that were yesterday and this morning, is there any possibility?
That's also you can call it. It has nothing to do with the conference here. In fact, given the Parliament in London, the attitude that both Secretary Johnson and Mr. Company were here last night, and they've left paperwork and we have committed of the UK to work on finding
I just add that the Minister of Europe, Duncan, will come back as soon as these votes are over. And Foreign Secretary Johnson also said that he, in principle, is coming back by time for the year. And by the way, we use this all the time. It's not used for us. I mean, this was here. Natural votes after the Queen's speech, but without that, they don't have time on politics. Politics, people tend to think that.
Other questions? Yes, sir. Just 1 second, yes, sir. Introduce yourself.
I'm not from press. You said yesterday that all of the issues, fire and security, were basically done. Does that just mean we're waiting? In terms of the other 4 issues being discussed.
What I said, and what I'll repeat now is that the 4 first chapters, and I believe in that the 5th territory, much more work has been done. That they're completely done. There are a few that are important issues. There is particularly one issue in the area of governance. There is the issue of some importance in the territory chapter, and we still have to wrap up the final deal. Even if all of it is there are a few issues that are still remaining. And they're not remaining because we didn't have time to do it or that we forgot about them. They're remaining because the leaders chose to put them the list of issues on the deal at the very end and now what I think that we're getting from everyone here is that this is the moment to actually unwrap these issues as well. And because of interconnected nature, this has to happen parallel because you cannot any longer do one chapter and then another one. So in principle, while we here in Crown Montana, all issues are open, but in two separated formats. A format with the guarantors and the EU observer pesticides, from security and guarantees principally, maybe some safety related issues, and then the second year where we pesticides only, but we will keep each other and inform each other.
The lady here.
I would like to ask, did the parties this morning a common basis for discussion for the security and guarantees? What would be the sequence of the discussion regarding the other chapter? The connection
So, as I said, the second track starts now in 22 minutes, and the negotiators will start by answering exactly that question, what will be the sequence of this other track. But there's a hint already in the statement from the Secretary General on the 4th of June, which highlights territory, property, governance and power sharing, and it's exactly around these issues that I just mentioned. So it's quite clear what will be the early emphasis. Because these are those questions outside of security and guarantees that the leaders feel have a make or break character to them. There are many more issues, but they don't really, you can't really say that they can break the deal. There's simply work to be done. But these issues are of a more essential nature. And to your first question, Stella, yes, we had a good beginning. Actually, I think beyond what we expected for the beginning. It doesn't mean that we have concluded, nor did we expect, but there were ideas put on the table. That's something we will work on tonight and in the coming days. So largely yes, but we still have to, conclude what it exactly means.
Reuters?
Tom Miles from Reuters News Agency. Question for both of you. Mr. Feldman, there are a bunch of other peace processes going on where the UN is involved. Would you agree that the Cyprus peace process is, on paper at least, the easiest? And if you can't get a deal here, what does it say for the others? And a question for Mr. Ida. If you do get a deal, are we correct in thinking this would go to a referendum? Would that be in November? Can you tell us what would be the context?
I don't think one can really compare from one peace process to another because they're also different cases. Such as in this one, the UN is playing a facilitating role, and others, the UN is playing a more of a supporting role. It's hard to compare. I was in Colombia last week, for example, where the UN is involved in one specific aspect of the Colombia peace process. And while there are challenges in Colombia, I was there as part of the disarmament of the laying down of arms by the FARC rebels. There was some progress there. I think what's notable about that is that the two leaders have taken the process farther than their predecessors. That they have come up with a remarkably expansive set of convergences between the two sides on the chapters that special advisors don't underestimate the differences that still have to be overcome. But what I found reassuring this morning was the positive atmosphere and the focus of the comments by the two leaders and by the three guarantors who were in the room. That there was a sense that whatever disagreement there may be, that now is the time to agreement about the future of Cyprus. And that certainly is consistent with the message that Secretary General Guterres asked me to deliver to two leaders, to the three guarantor parties, and the EU as an observer this morning. And I felt that the interventions each of the others made was consistent with that message.
And that's an easy question to answer. Both leaders envisage that, with the advent of an actual deal between them, they will present it to referenda. There will be two simultaneous referenda happening at the same time, sometime later this year, if the deal comes out of this. But of course, we will tip the deal, and then we'll decide when that will happen. But that's the logic.
It's I'm freelance journalist. You then consider as a success from Crown Montana?
Well, of course, the biggest success will be an actual comprehensive agreement. That's hard, but not impossible, in the sense that so much has been discussed that, if this is really productive and we take our time and we focus on the essentials, it is not beyond reach. It could happen. Short of that, we could have not a deal, not a framework deal, but a breakthrough on the key issues. A breakthrough that will lead the leaders to tell each other that Cyprus will reunify. There is some more work. We might go back to Cyprus and wrap up things that we haven't had time to do here, but it will happen. I think if we don't have either of those, I don't think we can talk of a success in Crown Montana, so this is what we're working for. Yeah.
Anadolu Üniversitesi Bayramoğlu. Mr. Ida, you said yesterday in Geneva that this is the best chance to find a solution in Ireland, this conference. So do you still think this is the best chance after what you saw in your session? Also, you said this is not last chance. What did you mean by that? Are we expecting more talks after Grand Montana? Thank you.
Thanks for asking, because what happened yesterday that I was asked by more than one of you whether this was the last chance. And I very deliberately said that here a number of people telling that I prefer to say it's the best chance. I did not say that it was not the last chance. If you see my point, I just did not say it was the last chance. There's a nuance which I think was lost when your excellent articles came to the desk and they shortened it. I think you know the feeling, I know the feeling. So I haven't said it's not the last chance, but I haven't said it is the last chance, but I reiterate it is the best chance. And after this, I feel better about this chance.
We can puntualize. The gentleman there.
I was going to ask you to clear something that it's been reported in some media this morning. There was a crisis in the morning meeting. Just to clear that, there wasn't such a thing.
The atmosphere was positive. The interventions were forward-looking. I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. I've participated and I thought it was the most constructive session in which I participated. And remember, this was table one. This was about security guarantees. This was about the issue that's been least developed, the issue that is probably the most difficult. Again, not to underestimate challenges on the other. And yet the atmosphere was positive. The two leaders, the three guarantor powers, shared some creative ideas that we can pursue later in more detail. There was, I'd say, a remarkably positive attitude.
Okay, the gentleman and then the lady.
Paris Camaritas, Overseas Cyprus, Hellenic TV. Mr. Eidler, do you have the full blessing of the Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, after the withdrawal of the document you tried to implement that caused some controversy within the Greek Cypriot side and indeed the Greek side?
You posed the question to the special advisor, but I'm going to answer because I am here representing the Secretary General at this opening. The Secretary General will arrive later in the week to join the conference. The Secretary General wants me to assure everyone that he is fully behind this process. He is fully behind the work that the special advisor and his team have done, and he respects and admires what the two leaders have done in terms of developing the convergences that have occurred so far.
Emilia Christophe, Agency. Now, Mr. Ida, you said this is the best chance. What makes you believe this is the best chance since we've had other chances before? And how long are you prepared and the sides are prepared to stay here to realize this?
So both leaders told the Secretary General so Anastasiadis and McKinsey both said to the Secretary General on 4th of June that they will go here and stay, and their aim is to find a settlement. So we didn't define how long that was, but it was clearly understood that we talked about weeks in plural, if necessary. For planning purposes, we have been planning until Friday the 7th of July. That does not mean neither that we will necessarily leave that afternoon, nor that we will have to stay today. That's a planning assumption. The idea is to be here to solve the planning issues now that we have everyone together, and all delegations will remain as well. That doesn't mean that they will always be at the same level, but there will always be a fully empowered negotiator from every delegation that is here until the meeting is over. And that has been cleared and agreed and reiterated by everybody. So we're in here for the long haul. How much time it takes, time will show.
I think a last question then. Yes, so your hand, sorry. Oh, well, if there's another question, I'll take it from here. So, yeah, last one.
Mr. Feldman called concerning the essence. George Kaporis, Politics newspaper. Given the essence of the document that was proposed in 2 slides, there were reactions both on the Cypriot side and the Turkish Cypriot side, some Cypriots and Turkey and Greece, that it was supposed to be the basis of how we move one step forward and how we discuss security guarantees. I believe that those preconditions from my Turkish Cypriot colleagues, we believe that those things that were needed to be done and said for discussion of guarantees have happened on the way here, and have they happened today? Has anything replaced what the document was supposed to do?
Yes, first I want also to link up to the question of the document. The document has not been withdrawn. That's a wrong expression. We simply concluded that it's not common. I mean, we presented it exists. It's not common. So we're not using it as a common platform. That's actually not the problem we realize now, because in the interventions that we already have heard, we basically heard all the same elements again. Because remember, this document was not invented by us. It was a compilation of inputs and elaboration of inputs that we got from all the sides, the same sides, the same people, and they have now been discussing most of those issues anyway, but as their own inputs to the talk. So I think, as I said yesterday, and I can say it with even more confidence today, what mattered was the process towards, collecting these ideas. The fact that we don't, formally speaking, talk about the common document is not an issue, because in reality, that started the thinking. We see today that that thinking continues in a positive sense, as Undersecretary General Feldman said. We heard 5 opening interventions from the side, from the guarantor, and an exchange around these issues, which basically encapsulates what are the issues to be discussed. And what we're going to do this afternoon and the coming, maybe tomorrow, is to continue to deep dive what these different elements are, and it shouldn't be much of a surprise, different from the document, but the document as a document is as common. Everybody felt that it was leading too much in the direction of the opposite side, which is not completely the result.
Thank you very much, Ola. Feldman and Ede, and thank you all very much for that.
Evet. Mete Turan, bir şekilde biz yayına devam edelim. Evet, merkezdeki arkadaşlarımızdan rica edeceğiz. Ses bulalım. Evet,
Evet, çok net mesajlar verildi diye düşünüyorum EYLE tarafından. Özellikle benim altını çizmek istediklerim var. Bir kez daha üzerine geçmek istediklerim var. Bir kere ligin içeride inkar yapılmış. Yani konu artık çok net. Modalite çok net. Nasıl yapılacağı çok net. Bunlar ortaya çıkmış durumda. Bu ne? Şimdi az sonra bir 10-15 dakika sonra paralel toplantı başlıyor. Demek ki öngörüldüğü şekilde iki paralel masa alacak. Bir tarafta garantörler çalışmalarını sürdürecek, bir tarafta da müzakereciler heyetleriyle birlikte açıkta kalan konuların tartışılmasını sağlayacak. Orada bir araya gelip burada yeni yakınlaşmalar sağlamak için egzersizler yapacaklar. Bu önemliydi. Buna vurgu yaptı. İkincisi ön koşulsuz olduğunu söyledi bu sürecin. Üçüncüsü de tüm konular üzerinde anlaşma sağlanmadan hiçbir konu üzerinde anlaşma sağlanmış olmayacağı anlayışıyla bu müzakere sürecinin yapılacağını vurguladı. Bu da bir başka önemli nottu tuttuğumuz. Bütün tarafların buraya sorunu çözme kararlılığı geldiğinin altını çizdi ve bunun deklerebildiğini, kendilerine söylediğini. Bu da bir başka önemli şeydi. Şu anda tarafların gitme niyetinde olmadığı, herkesin kararlı sorunu istediği, dolayısıyla da kısa zamanda, kısa değil uzun vadeli, yani uzun süreli burada olacak. Zaman zaman katılım seviyesinin değişebileceğini ama katılım seviyesi değişse bile kararlı ve değişmeyeceğini, çözümü konusundaki çalışmaların o kapsamda devam edeceğinin altını çizdi.
Sen devam edeceksin ama söyledikleri arasında yani bir başarı sayılır ama kapsamlı çözüm olmadı.
Bir çerçeve anlaşması ya da
ilerleme demesi sanki hedef küçültmeli mi geldi bak?
Bir başarı, bir kapsam çözümün mümkün olduğunu söyledi.
Evet,
Bunun halen daha olabileceğini söyledi. Bunun masal çerçeve anlaşması o da değilse breakthrough dediği tıkanların bir başarı. Tabii bu noktada başarının nasıl gelebileceğini biz BM olarak burada tarafların en iyi müzakere sorununu çözmeleri için ortam yaratıyoruz, yardımcı oluyoruz dedi. Tüm taraflarda olduğunu, yani onların yapacağı çalışmayı ifade etti. Onların nasıl bir önemli olduğunu ifade etti. Bu çok önemliydi bence, bu ifadesi. Ve out of box düşünmeli taraflar dedi. Yani taraflar biraz farklı düşünmesi gerektiğini ve özellikle bilinenin dışında yaratıcı fikirlerle müzakereleri yapmaları gerektiğinin altını çizdi. Bu da önemliydi. Paraya görüşmeler yapılacak olmasının dışında notlarıma hemen şöyle bir hızlıca bakıyorum. Başka neler var diye. Johnson'un erken ayrılması soruldu. Bu tamamen İngiltere'nin iç politik dengeleriyle ilgili değişikliklerden
yaptığımız yorumlarda
söyledik. Söyledi. Belgenin geri çekilmediğini söyledi. Belge geri çekilmedi. Bu belge hazırlandı. Ama bu belge Türk tarafların sahiplendiği bir belge olmadı dedi sadece. Bu belge orada dedi. Ancak zaten yapılan tartışmanın da bu belgedeki görüşler çerçevesinde yapılıyor olduğunu söyledi şu anda. Dolayısıyla bu belgeyle ilgili tartışmaya bir nokta koymuş oldu. Çünkü belge zaten tarafların tümünün görüşleri alınarak hazırlanmıştı. Belgeydi. Bu belge her ne kadar şu anda belge olarak kabul görmese bile şekilde ile ilgili görüşmeler devam ediyor. Doğrultusunda çalışmalar diyor dedik. Yani şu anda iki masada başlayacak İsrail da soruldu. Orada da şöyle bir açıklamada bulundu. Bugün şu anda ekipler buna karar verecek dedi. Ama tabii ki Genel Sekreterin yaptığı açıklamasında işte toprakla başlanacaktı, işte mülkiyetti vesaire diye bir sıralama var deniyor. Ama bu son sözü içeride taraf kendileri bir çalışma programı belirleyecekler diye de özetledi yaptığı açıklamasında.
Evet. Evet, yorumlamak istediğin bir şey yoksa bitirelim yayını.
Yorumlamak istediğimiz şu anda bir şey yok ama şöyle de bir durum var. Şimdi Rum
ama şeyi belirteyim, ben o zaman sesle ilgili oluyor. Gerçekten en çalışma ortamı. Balık istediği gibi havasız, penceresi olmayan, herkesin bir arada konuştuğu, herkes işini yapıyor. Bu yüzden bunu kimse eleştirmek için söylemiyorum. Bir ortam içinde
var mı orada?
Soru yok, yorum var. Sanıyorum bu akşam otelden daha kapsamlı bir yayınımız olacak. Bilgileri de toparlayacağız. Çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Eğitim basın açıklamasını aktardık. Mesut Tümerkan yorumladı. Görüşmek üzere, hoşçakalın.